They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping it for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Brad, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now, because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, this guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
Commanders trot to the field for their first possession, and it's the 7th-year quarterback out of North Dakota State leading the way. His 3rd NFL team, Carson Wentz.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
They'll try and run it in with Janovich, the fullback. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Wentz going to bat this forward on the jet sweep. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Curtis Samuel, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Commanders use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. So the touchdown there, and that play, the tap pass, so simple, Charles, on the face of it, but what makes it so difficult for defenses to stop?
I think it's the precision and the quickness in which the play occurs, because the snap gets to the quarterback. He's essentially playing volleyball with it, just immediately just shoveling it forward. And when that receiver's at a full head of steam, if you don't take the edge away, he's got a chance to get to the corner and get upfield. But if you take the edge away, that's your chance to disrupt that play.
And no disruption there, that's for sure, as it winds up 6 points. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Touchdown, Eagles! A.J. Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Elliott Good with a PAT, and we are tied at 7. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And Gibson decides against bringing it out. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Wentz going to try and throw on third. And that will be incomplete. So on fourth down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. And the win last week, punted 4 times as this one's away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
The numbers for Sanders last week: 21 carries, 70 yards, and a touchdown.
They're coming off of back-to-back wins, and I think a lot of credit belongs to this guy right here.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl, and the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Hassan Reddick coming through with a stop there and a tackle for loss to boot. Now, this defense for the Eagles very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
Even better than that, they pitched a shutout in that game, and I'm telling you, trust me on this one. That's a confidence builder for the rest of the season. When you get a defense that puts together a performance like that this early in the year, well, that sends notice to the rest of the NFL and spreads confidence throughout the locker room that they're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Robinson will try to pick it up. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Wentz going to go on 4th down. And he finds McLaurin. And he is going to have a Washington 1st down. They didn't get a lot, but they do convert on 4th. Now Wentz. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Thomas. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Throwing is Wentz. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Commanders have taken the lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. The Eagles offense with Jalen Hurts at the controls, ready for their next possession. He's got a touchdown pass in this first half, but he's also been intercepted twice, so he'll be looking to be a bit more careful with the ball here as they start on first down. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Hurts. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. He'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Another run with Sanders. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. From the gun, it's Hurts. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Hurts. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Throwing is Hurts. Flush to his... And a big loss here as he's taken down. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
All fans of the Washington Commanders have been holding their collective breath to see how Chase Young returns from last season's torn ACL. If we see the 2020 Rookie of the Year back on the field, everyone who likes the garnet and gold will be awfully happy.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Commanders will take over, but backed up deep in their own territory. Well, here we go on the next drive for Washington. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5 now. Wentz. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 39.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. To throw, it's Wentz. This one left side caught by Gibson. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Charles, I don't know what's going on in that defensive team meeting room, but they better keep it rolling. 3 picks last week, 2 here now in the first quarter.
Everyone talks about creating turnovers and getting takeaways, but until it gets put into action, it's just talk. And right now, it's in action and in a big way. Now they've got the receivers wondering if they have to turn around and play more defense instead of running routes trying to take the ball downfield.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at about the 32. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. He's got a man, complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. On 2nd and 7, Hurts. It's caught, Smith. And they work this near the 5, and they stopped at the 6. Hurts to his former Alabama teammate Smith for an Eagle 1st down.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Here's Hurts to throw. And it's caught. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. Play action. Here's Hurts. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jack Stoll, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Eagles are an extra point away from evening this one up. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 1. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
There was a little space there, yes, but that was a well-executed run by the rookie.
It was, and he wasn't one of the higher-rated rookie running backs coming out. He was probably in the next tier. But let me tell you something. If he becomes more consistent and continues to have that drive to be one of the best, we'll see more of that in the future.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to Robinson now on first down. Takes it to about the 37. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To throw is Wentz. It's caught by OBJ. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Pretty entertaining start. 14-all the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Being chased out left. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
There that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time, but nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Robinson up the middle. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
From the 29, Wentz. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now, remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in. Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Man open is Robinson. Touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz as his guys have now moved out in front. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play. And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead is now 21-14. So this drive spans 7 plays. And Brian Robinson finished things off with a touchdown grab. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Hurts sets up to throw it. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he is going to have an Eagles first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Dancing to it, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Montez Sweat able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Back to throw. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Escaping the pressure right. And this is caught by Watkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a 1st down.
They go back to the ground with Sanders. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. Nice pickup, 10 yards and a 1st down on the keeper.
Well, partner, this drive has been a model of efficiency. They've done everything they've wanted to, and the defensive guys, they've got to be getting frustrated. They can't figure out how to get off the field.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll drop to throw. Got him in. It's Brown. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a 1st down. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And oh, he coughed it up. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to the positive side this time. Yeah, there was a fumble at the end of this one, but what a sustained drive. And if they keep stringing those together, you got to like their chances.
And credit the defense, though. You're out there for that long, you start to get tired, but they were able to get the turnover.
Did you just credit the defense?
I like to credit the defense and the offense.
I like you.
And the analysts.
That's perfect.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll take over deep in their own end after the fumble recovery as they start 1st and 10. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. A big game here for Carson Wentz. He mostly got cheers. Some boos smattered in when he was announced before the game, but 35-32-1 was Wentz in his 5 years as the Phillies starter. His best year, you remember that one, 2017, finished 3rd in MVP voting, but a knee injury ended his season late and opened the door for Nick Foles to carry the Eagles to a Super Bowl title.
And that one was a lot of fun right there, because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
Robinson on a give right side. And a short pickup to about the 25. A 4-receiver look here. 3 out to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 8. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And oh, the gamble fails. It's incomplete. I was just confused on that one. I had third down written. It said third down on the scoreboard. Do you think the sideline lost track? Maybe they thought it was fourth?
It's something went haywire, and I'll admit it, I've lost track of downs before, but I'm not the one calling plays. I'm not the one keeping track here. They have to know this. And look, I love my football north of the border as much as anyone, but here it's 4 downs. All right? I can't believe they tried it that way and then went ahead and faked it as well. Nothing doing.
A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 11 yards for number 11.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs. Keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
2nd down, back to Sanders. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. And they show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. They run with Sanders off the option. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. He'll look to throw. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that's going to make it 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught, he had a good chance of getting that 1st down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Here's Brett Kern now to punt this one away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Some good games coming up here in Week 3, the first weekend of fall officially. And tonight, the Niners and Broncos from Denver. 49er fans are probably saying, wait, I thought we were done with Russell Wilson. No, they'll see him tonight. And then on Monday night, Cowboys and Giants from MetLife Stadium kicking off at 8:15 Eastern. He had to fight that time. Ran through 1 tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now Wentz slings this deep from McLaurin. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Wentz to throw. It's caught. Beckham. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up here at halftime, we'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Wentz. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Hassan Reddick coming in from that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7.
Traditionally, as a defense, your number one job, stop the run. But in today's football, it's impacting the opposing quarterback. Make him uncomfortable. And so far, they've not been able to do that.
Not at all. He's been really comfortable in the pocket. 3 touchdown passes already.
So that could be an important first sack if they do want to turn things around.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Looking for the crossing receiver, and he's got him. It's Samuel. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Throwing is Wentz. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Carson Wentz with touchdown pass number 4 on the afternoon. And the Commanders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead now up to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I want to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
And once again, this is Sanders. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Hurts. It's caught by Sanders. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Here's Brett Kern now, as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
Well, now he's looking just to add to his totals. To throw again on second down. Wentz. And his throw is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. This time they stay on the ground. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd and 7. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Wentz now to throw. Steps away to his left. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This will be fielded at the 17. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the 2nd half.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
And that's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the 1st down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop him short of a 1st down.
Here's Brett Kern now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked down inside the 5-yard line. They decide against going for it on 4th and 1, maybe to the dismay of their offense, but hey, a nice consolation prize down inside the 5.
Nice consolation prize indeed. So maybe the offense is upset, but they showed confidence in their defense by punting it away.
They begin the drive with Robinson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. On 2nd down and 4. Wentz. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Handoff now to Robinson.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the 24, Wentz.
And that is caught downfield by Thomas.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On the give, here's Robinson.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And they'll start with great field position, trying to get back into this one. It's 1st and 10 here. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. He's got Smith here. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Play action. Here's Hurts. Goes right back to Smith again. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Devontae Smith's workload certainly didn't get any lighter, going from being a Heisman Trophy winner at Alabama to his first year with the Philadelphia Eagles. 104 targets as a rookie, and his 916 yards, they're the most for a Philly wideout since 2015. They go to him there for a 1st down.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Jalen Hurts, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Eagles take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Elliott now to add the extra point. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. So here is Washington now to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. 2nd and 5 now. Wentz, and Thomas has it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. fifth catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
They'll run this one right with Robinson. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Wentz. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
And if we go back to the last series, remember, their coverage allowed them to get a turnover in the last drive, a takeaway, and that helped contribute to a sack on this one. I think maybe this quarterback's a little bit hesitant. Last time he turned it over, now he sees his zone coverage. A little bit slow to get rid of the football.
Wentz and the Commanders staring down a 3rd and long now after that sack. They're going to look to throw. And he finds McLaurin. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Wentz. And yet again, it's McLaurin. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll run with Robinson. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Wentz is going to keep it. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll run. Here's Janovich, the fullback. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. We've now seen 3 consecutive 1-yard gains, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, there was a trust factor in that call. Turning and handing it to the big man in the backfield, trying to pick up the 1st down. But how about the defense? They were ready for him, and they were able to stop him.
Wentz to throw for it on 4th. Touchdown, Washington. Odell Beckham with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Commanders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in at the 3. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you...
Hurts fumbles it, and it's Washington that scoops it up. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. He was having success there holding on to it on the option, but ultimately problems downfield, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, and this is a tough one because you know you'd prefer to have your quarterback either heading to the sidelines or getting down at the end of the play. But you've got an aggressive one. He's fighting for extra yardage, and he gets stripped there. You don't need him to be a hero in that situation. You want your quarterback taking care of himself.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Gets around him and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The 71 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. Play action. Now Wentz. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jordan Davis in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now we've got whistles here before the snap, and I believe this is going to be on Washington. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. To throw is Wentz. That's now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Eagles. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that, because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do? Put up signs that say, roads closed.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On 1st down, Hurts. He's going deep for Brown. They've got his man complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Washington offense set to take over again. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. From the 29, Wentz. Over the middle, he gets it to Gibson. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He finds his target, Beckham. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run. Robinson. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. 2nd and 5 now. Wentz. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 42. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. On play action, Wentz. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Wentz. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Robinson up the middle. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 92 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Now Wentz on 3rd down. Spots Samuel out near the sideline. He makes the catch. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the 1st down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to make it a two-score game. Sly able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a two-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. On the move past the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. Offense just continues to reign supreme. Big plays, both sides, back and forth. Tough to keep track of.
It certainly is, and I'm over here just marveling at what I'm seeing. It's tough for you, though. You've got to call all these big plays and have all this emotion each time they go at each other.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Now, despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Hurts throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And this is going to be incomplete. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. The kick by Elliott is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Wentz. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Toss play to Robinson. He'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down. From the 36, Wentz. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part, he's played well in between being dumped on his back. But every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to make it a 2-score game. Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. Here's Tressway now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Hurts sets up to throw it. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Wentz now to throw. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Throwing is Wentz. Throwing it Terry McLaurin's way again, and he's got it. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On the run, it's Robinson. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
1 yard gain.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Kaiser White. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick-6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick-6.
Elliott on for the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick-6. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They will look to flush the memory of that pick six as we now have a brand new tie ball game here in the fourth quarter. Getting down to the good stuff. On the toss, here's Robinson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Wentz. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Majors used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the fourth quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And, partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a first down in field goal range already. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 11 yards there, just like last play.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll run with Sanders. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Now Hurts on the option right. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles have broken our tie and have taken a fourth quarter lead.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock and I'm thinking there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Carson Wentz in the offense. Down by 7. 1:06 to play. Their perfect start to the season in jeopardy unless they can score here as they've got it 1st and 10. Now Wentz. And Dotson, he's got it.
Personal foul. Defense.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
To throw is Wentz. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
But Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick-6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In the case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead now up to 14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And now it's Washington's turn. Trailing in this one now. A little under 50 seconds to go. Their perfect start to the season in serious peril as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Wentz to try again after the pick-6. Finding Samuel, and they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Shotgun now for Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Throwing now is Wentz. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Now Wentz, gotta have this one. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts
as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And they'll indeed take a knee. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5.